Welcome back! No, I'm kidding. All right, this video came out on June 4th, 2025 by Canon. Title is, I asked Chrono's lead if his game is pay to win. So I saw this video getting linked, but I didn't watch it yet. And then we're also going to take a look at Chrono Odyssey's 17-minute gameplay walkthrough. I hope we get a lot of questions answered today, more so with the gameplay, like answers about it actually being massively multiplayer and things like that. Like, I know it's an MMORPG, but from all the gameplay trailers and stuff, everything looks small scale, and I know they did discuss that a bit, but I'm still hoping that it will actually feel massive in some parts of the game. Rewind. So there's a longer video. This is everything you want to know. So it's the full interview with the Chrono Odyssey's lead. I'm really only concerned with the pay to win question at the moment. So many companies say that their games won't be pay to win, and they always end up pay to win, one way or another.
I do want to add one little thing before we begin. Due to the time constraints and translators having to be involved, it was best for us to have a script of questions, which I wrote, of course, and read off of it to save time. Otherwise, we wouldn't have had time to get all the questions in. Let's address the elephant in the room, the monetization. I'm going to tell you what every Western MMO player is thinking and wondering. Every single Korean company has a terrible reputation when it comes to monetization in the West, due to the fact that every single Korean MMO has some form of pay to win. I personally went to NCSoft last year and told the lead at Throne that the overwhelming majority of Westerners saw the game as pay to win trash, and if they would consider changing it for the global audience. His answer was that they felt like the pay to win elements in Throne were fair.
Really?
Give it to us directly. We're all adults here. Is Chrono Odyssey going to be pay to win?
걱정하지 않으셔도 됩니다. 저희 크로노 오디세이는 pay to win이 절대
Absolutely
없습니다.
no pay to win. Y'all, I'm telling you, that is such a crazy statement to make from a Korean studio. And if it is pay to win, it's going to be so much worse looking back at this. And it's going to be so much worse for the reputation because of just lying. I don't think it's just like me being jaded and like doubting everything. It's just from the track record. Have we ever seen a Korean MMORPG with no pay to win elements at all? And also, the way that pay to win is, I think, looked upon in Korea versus the West is pretty different. I'm pretty sure that over there, like, it's a bit more normalized and probably a lot less complaining than over here. The West is a big portion of money that they should consider a bit more, but all right, let's continue watching.
공정한 환경을 유지하기 위해서 가장 중요한 가치로 삼고 있습니다. 현재는 코스튬에 관련된 외형만 변경하는 어떤 상품으로서 저희 BM은 설계되어 있고요. 유저가 신뢰할 수 있는 구조를 만드는 것이 저희들의 가장 중요한 우선순위입니다.
What exactly is the monetization going to be then for Chrono Odyssey? You mentioned just selling cosmetics, or is there anything more to that?
비즈니스 모델은 크로노의 비즈니스 모델은 장비의 외형 변경을 하기 위한 코스튬, 그리고 탈 것에 대한 코스튬,
Mount cosmetics, costumes, a limited range of content offered through a battle pass system.
것들만 고려하고 있습니다.
You say no pay to win, so I just want to double check and confirm here, because no pay to win, I've seen a lot of loopholes that these companies will try to, they'll try and say there's no pay to win, but in reality there's some kind of currency that you can buy that eventually leads to pay to win. So you're confirming that there is no pay to win straight up, and the only monetization is pretty much what you've explained before?
네, 없습니다. 코스튬이나 이모션 같은 어떤 소셜에 관련된 내용이나 치장성 상품 외에는 어떠한 그 밸런스에 영향을 주는 BM 상품도 고려하지 않고.
So this means they're not going to be selling any like Black Desert does the whole. Sure, you can get the currency in game to help repair your like boss gear, but it takes much longer versus being able to like buy shit like that from the shop. So someone who can spend cash can obviously repair and enhance their gear much quicker than someone who's just grinding in game. But what this dude is saying is basically there will be none of that. So he's locking himself in. Doesn't mean that it's going to be true. It just means that his reputation is on the line now. But he did mention Battle Pass, which even if a Battle Pass is like not full of annoying shit, just the idea of a Battle Pass in general, I don't like. It just, shit like that makes gaming feel like such a job. Like, how many games do you guys play where you don't actually play the game, but you like log in? Well, okay, that technically that's playing, but you log in just to grab a reward and log off, or you just do your dailies for 10 minutes and you get off. That's a fucking job, bro.
There's going to be a lot of people who will be insanely happy hearing this, but there's also going to be a lot of people that are just not going to believe what you're saying until they see it. Mainly because there have been many companies that have said there was going to be no pay to win, but ended up adding it later. What do you say to those who don't believe?
다시 한번 말씀드리지만 크로노
Odyssey will never have
요소는
pay
절대
to win
없을
elements.
것입니다. 게임의 밸런스에 영향을 미치는 그 어떤 상품도 없을 것입니다.
Now, to be fair, Chrono Studio.
You know what would make me believe this so much more is if like he got red in the face and kind of sounded angry. He's like,
I told you, there will be no pay to win.
I'd be like, oh, damn. He's pissed.
Studios is a brand new player in the space, and it is its own entity, not run or owned by any other company, which, by the way, is a big misconception. From my understanding, this is a brand new team working with a new Kakao publishing team, and I feel like this is important context for people, and I want to make sure that this information is correct. Is that correct? The Chrono team, the Chrono Studios, is its own entity and it is not a subsidiary of a different company?
네, 맞습니다. 저도 이런 댓글이나 질문들을 너무 많이 받아서 확실하게 좀 이야기를 해야 될 것 같은데요. 크로노 오디세이는 엠픽셀과 엠픽셀의 자회사가 아닐 뿐더러 엠픽셀과 이제 완전 구분되어 있는 독립된 회사로서 지금 개발을 진행하고 있고요. 다시 한번 말씀드리지만 저희는 엠픽셀의 자회사는 아니고 크로노 스튜디오로 완전 분리되어 있는 독립된 법인으로 만들어진 새로운 기업이고요. 어떠한 엠픽셀과의 연관성이 없다라는 점을 이 자리를 빌어서 한 번 더 말씀드리겠습니다.
Well, I genuinely hope that Chrono Studio sets the new standard for these MMORPGs that are coming out.
So let's say that like 90% of the chat here agrees that the game is not pay to win when it comes out. There will still be a huge portion of people that will think it's pay to win if they have something in the cash shop that's like +2 inventory slots for $2. People will eventually complain and say like that's pay to win, even though it's more like a quality of life. My opinion on pay to win has changed so much from when I started YouTube. I was like when I was a broke, you know, like 20-year-old playing games, like anything you could obtain with money that was like quality of life or whatever, I would like whine about. And as I got older, started picking up jobs and running businesses and running out of time to actually game in no life games. Now I'm out of fucking time, bro. I love quality of life shit. When it comes to like Black Desert and the tents and stuff like that, like I don't complain about it. That someone can put out a tent and repair all their gear and shit versus like having to run back to town. Yes, it's annoying, but like I won't view that as like a super crazy advantage that makes someone more powerful than me. I'm sure like if you're min-maxing, yes, but mainly what I'm concerned about are like if there's time-gated like enhancement items that you can get like once or twice a week, but then someone spending money can get like 50 of them, or being able to directly convert cash into in-game currency and use it on the marketplace, or just like straight up being able to buy items that have stats. Now, I don't think any company is that stupid today to release like costumes that have full-on stat bonuses that are like crazy. Hopefully not, but yeah, so I think we all agree on like what pay to win is for the majority, but like all that quality of life stuff I'm not really worried about. All right.
Chrono Odyssey is an open-world MMO that transcends the bounds of space and time. As you step into this vast, dynamic realm, many battles and adventures await at every turn. The fate of this world
Whoa. Okay, so I'm gonna do some pausing here and there. We got all these icons. Look, I'm about to dissect all this. So I think the skull means this is where you died at. And I think this like ram skull right here indicates a possible world boss spawn. Then you see this thing. Oh, you can't really see it. Chat's in the way. Yeah, I really don't know.
Is yours to
The Elden Ring map.
Saterra is home to a wide array of dungeons, each offering its own unique challenges. Rally your allies through the party system and embark on grand expeditions that test your teamwork.
This is a 3-player party.
You must coordinate with your allies and unravel the intricate mechanics at play. Dungeons in Saterra offer more than just combat. You'll also encounter puzzle-driven mechanics that must be solved collectively. Beyond mere strength,
I do like that. I like
depends on
puzzles
party
with friends.
synergy and quick wit. Each dungeon features distinct themes and environments, teeming with monsters and formidable bosses.
God damn, you can't see shit in this dungeon, bro.
Even greater dungeons await on the path ahead.
Greater dungeons, okay. I will say, like, the combat right here looks pretty fucking boring. Like, it's kind of reminding me of Bless. It looks like action combat to me.
World quests unfold across Saterra, each with its own story.
Okay, now we have a 4-player party.
Forbidden rituals to fallen settlements. A blasphemous ritual known as the Sacrament of Destruction sows fear across entire settlements as villagers are abducted and offered as sacrifice.
Oh yeah, cooldowns on the skills, huh? Whoa, 25 seconds. What is that, an ultimate?
Time portals are anomalies formed by distortions in the flow of time. Here, you'll encounter the world of Saterra anew, reimagined in entirely different timelines, whether from the past or the future. Though the surroundings may
Those
look familiar,
Vindictus cooldowns were
the world
insane.
around you shifts
They were like
dramatically.
super fucking long as well.
To conquer
But at least with Vindictus you have like the combo system, so it still can make
portals lie
combat a little bit
to further
interesting
your
without the skills.
Test your resolve as you head into the unknown.
I wonder if the majority of this is going to revolve around just like going into a bunch of instances with your
Guardians are mighty
party.
entities that have long coexist with Saterra, dwelling throughout the land. But not all are foes. Some act as protectors, while others pose a threat to mankind.
Okay.
As a proud sentinel of Saterra, it is your duty to stand against the encroaching darkness. Field Boss content features large-scale battles that require coordinated efforts. To defeat these powerful foes, you must exploit their weak points, break their parts, and even mount the boss itself to shift the tide of battle. Engage in epic, immersive encounters where your every move and decision.
It does. I love the like character design, the look of the world and everything, but it does feel like the combat lacks a bit of weight.
As Saterra teeters,
We still got a beta coming up and shit, so you know,
is a core
it's
threat.
possible they can fix all that. So this is a 5-player party.
Bringing destruction upon the land. If left unchecked, their corruption will lead to Saterra's inevitable downfall. Track down the Nexuses and purge them before it's too late. Monsters continue to spawn from the Void Nexus with each phase cleared.
There's some frame rate
No matter how
issues,
ferocious the onslaught,
but
you must stay focused.
this is still
to
early
prevail.
footage.
Only by eliminating all monsters and destroying the Nexus.
But it low-key is giving me New World and
to its
Blessed
former
vibes,
state, restoring balance to Saterra.
which isn't a good thing.
They serve as
Okay,
the final
field bosses, region
holding
bosses.
the balance and boundaries of their domain. Your Your party's strategy, teamwork, and courage will be pushed
As a region boss,
in this epic large-scale raid.
is it only doable? It says large-scale raid. Okay, so because I'm like 5-player party, are there going to be a bunch of other parties as well?
Your actions shall determine the very state of Zatera.
Some of the costumes look cool. Specifically, this guy who was carrying like dual blades and kind of hunched over. He looked cool, but yeah. Other than that, everyone looks like they just got off like the first pilgrimage in America or some shit. Like it's very New World, fucking level 10 leather vibes. And these guys are level 40. So are you telling me that at level 40 I'm gonna look like I just discovered like how to make shit out of leather, bro? Like the forest when you're ripping up lizards and just attaching them to yourself. Like that's what this shit looks like. Honestly, watching this has made me less excited for the game, which is unfortunate, but let's keep watching.
Knows no bounds. Many unexpected encounters await your journey. You may come across unique monsters with abnormal attack patterns, sparking your curiosity and providing a chance to bolster your combat abilities.
Areas look cool.
Scattered throughout Zatera, labyrinths are warped, unstable realms of fractured spacetime.
Yeah, it's basically seeing what Alex said is seeing this is making the game feel more generic than the trailers did. Yeah.
Perspective. You must solve complex, interconnected puzzles to uncover the secrets buried within. Combat emerges naturally within labyrinths, preserving the tension of intricate puzzles. Sudden encounters.
Dude, okay. There are some thoughts I'm having that I'm like, I don't want to keep saying because I just sound like a fucking hater. But the movement looks so sluggish. Look at this.
Forcing you to engage your senses from a new perspective. You must solve complex, interconnected puzzles to uncover the secrets buried within. Combat emerges naturally with...
Hey though, having platforming in your MMO is pretty cool. It makes things a bit more interesting. Oh yeah, like I knew the guy wasn't actually running. Just like the basic like walking, running animation, not the sprinting.
Across Zatera. Take on bounties to track and eliminate these outlaws. With each target, you'll learn
the same puzzles as a daily quest. Absolutely.
Exploits. Fighting these unpredictable foes will prove a fierce challenge. As you complete missions and increase your bounty level, tougher enemies and greater rewards await.
PvP?
PvP zones.
Damn. He saw a dude doing some PvE and said, yeah, I'm about to fuck him up. I like how you started off like sneaking.
Certain
like, see that shit?
Regions are particularly susceptible to conflict, giving rise to dangerous PvP zones. In these areas, you're free to engage with other players as you choose. Draw your weapon and fight to the death. Safe zones still exist, but take heed once you cross the line.
I have to say, not having tab targeting, I don't know if it's assisted tab targeting, but it looks very manual right here. And being an archer versus like someone melee, I feel like you're at a disadvantage because the aiming here. And this is not me like throwing shade at the game. It's just in general, I feel like an archer versus melee is going to get their ass kicked unless you're like assisting someone else.
Can strike at any
but I could be wrong.
In PvP zones, monsters aren't your only enemy.
And the PvP doesn't look bad.
It's up to you to decide who's friend or foe.
It's just a free-for-all?
Throughout your journey, you will encounter unexpected events such as monster attacks, shifting environments, distress calls, and more. They deepen the sense of immersion, drawing players into sudden combat in giving shape to a living, breathing world.
Okay.
The most
You're like
unassuming can have
you're like trying to get the eggs and take them to a place to deposit them. This reminds me of Monster Hunter. Those missions where you'd have to grab the wyvern egg.
the sense of immersion, drawing players into sudden combat.
Could be pretty
giving
fun.
shape to a living, breathing world. You will come across a range of trials to challenge your resolve, insight, and combat skills. These immersive labyrinths are filled
Sin's
with
Fortress.
puzzles and various mechanics, offering countless opportunities to put your wits to the test. Similar to roguelikes, trials feature shifting conditions that demand creativity and adaptation. The choice is yours to take a risk for greater reward or play it safe. There's more to life than combat in Cetera.
Fishing!
Its vast lands are rich with plants, ores, and monsters, scattered across a timeline that stretches from ancient eras to the distant future. Gather what you find to craft valuable items and unlock new possibilities. Life skills in Cetera are rooted in exploration, spanning gathering, processing, and crafting. Each opens a different path of progression.
Bro went from level 5 to level 40 armor, and that shit look ass. I mean, hey, wait a second. We're totally forgetting the fact that cosmetics are going to be a thing. All right, I'm pretty sure most of the gear is going to look shit. Most of the cool cosmetics are most of the cool outfits are probably going to come from the cash shop, and like I'm cool with that. In Black Desert, how often have you used your armor as like actual like cosmetics? Damn near never. So I'm being a little too harsh here. You gotta make the gear look shit if you want to sell the
The
cosmetics.
Chronotector is a powerful artifact.
But the cosmetics better not look like that, bro. They better be like Black Desert levels of coolness and sexiness.
Of manipulating time and space. Those chosen to bear its power are granted access to abilities that defy the limits of reality. Your Chronotector will evolve with time and experience. As it grows in strength, you will also gain greater precision and power. To
Imagine you
unlock
can do this in
your full
PvP.
potential.
That'd be crazy.
Only those who wield a Chronotector can
Hey,
create time and space.
it's like the Duchess
In
in Night Rain.
hands,
Not really,
holds
but
the power to shift the fate of the world.
cool. My theory is that most of the Chronotector content is going to be instanced. You can do it in PvP? Ain't no fucking way. That's if you can freeze someone in PvP, like everyone has the ability to freeze someone with the Chronotector and just beat their ass, that's crazy. They're going to have to balance that. The first xenomorph. Chrono Gate.
Chronogates are at the core of Cetera, holding the secrets of time itself. Within, you'll come face to face with overwhelming odds as you take on punishing.
The hits just sound like spaghetti, man.
Every strike, every dodge demands sharp timing and precision, delivering a hardcore combat experience of depth and skill. Enemies you defeat don't simply perish. With the power of the Chronotector, you can capture their souls and summon them as specters in battle. The stronger the foe, the greater the power you wield. Taste the
This very much looks like Mortal Shell.
as you
Yeah.
challenge Chronogates throughout the land.
Like that whole part is very Mortal Shelly. Whoa.
Begin your journey across time and space. In this uncertain world, only you can shape how the story will unfold.
June 20th to 22nd. I do wonder how many of us are going to get into the playtest. If it's first come, first serve, randomized.
Hidden deep within Cetera is yet another challenging content mode, Eden. Though anchored to land, Eden exists beyond all timelines.
This is a nether.
Beholden to neither past, present, nor future. Here, you'll descend into an abyss of endless dungeons, each one a nightmare without end. Eden is home to powerful bosses.
Okay.
Forgotten.
Randomized dungeons.
You must face these overwhelming forces, either
Extraction
alone or
mode.
without us,
That's sick.
and claim the rewards needed to thwart.
Miss Locks, what's up?
However, these treasures are no ordinary spoils.
This kind of reminds me of like Diablo.
And immensely powerful, they can blind even the purest of heart to greed. In the shadow of temptation, even trusted comrades may turn foe.
What?
Eden
Say to me like what you go into these things and a legendary drops and then all three players are like, hold on, we're fighting for this shit.
the vast, boundless realms.
Or it's more like you come across other parties inside.
Darkness. The deeper you venture, the greater the risk and reward. But be warned, the path forward may offer no return. Your time in Eden is limited. All acquired rewards are stored in a cube, but it too has a cap. Choose your inventory wisely, or all else will be lost. You must return to Cetera before time runs out.
This seems really
If you
cool.
fail to escape, everything you claimed will turn to dust.
Probably
Descend into Eden's depths.
the part of the game I'm most excited for
Is your greatest
is this.
and fortune favors the bold.
But imagine though, there is like it is where you can just turn on PvP. Because how many times have you guys played an MMO where some dude rolls on an item like you need, and you've been like grinding it like 20 times in a row and it's his first time? Times like that, it's like, oh, I wish I could kill you. In game, of course. His outfit looks sick. So some of the characters actually look cool. So here's my final thoughts, everyone. That trailer made me slightly less excited for the game because it gave us like a more of an actual look at the game, which isn't the most polished, and I'm not gonna fault them for that. They still have a beta coming up, but I think my biggest complaint was just like how a lot of the movement and combat was like lackluster. It was just like, it just didn't seem like it's gonna feel very impactful, and like the sound effects were really just like wet noodly, and there wasn't much stagger for a lot of it, and also just the character movement seemed really sluggish. These are all things that could be like tweaked a bit. I'm sure the combat will be tweaked. A lot of people are going to have a lot of feedback after the beta. I'm still going to play it. If this was the final game, I would still play it. I would still probably enjoy it. It's just that those are some of my complaints. This is not like this isn't going to kill the game for me, but it is reminding me a lot of New World. I'm not even going to like get my hopes up or anything. It is what it is. We'll find out if it's pay to win when it comes out. Just depending on how bad, it could kill the player base, or it could just cause a bunch of people to whine, but they'll still continue to play the game. Yeah, I'm not completely sold on this being a game I'm gonna stick around in. But one thing I do like and dislike is a lot of the stuff seems more small group oriented. And it's cool to have some of that, but I do want to have some very large scale content. And the only thing that I'm seeing that seems large scale are the region bosses. But even in this gameplay, they only showed like a smaller party, unless I missed one off in the distance. So I'm wondering how many people can actually participate for a region boss. And then will there ever be like PvP over a region boss and rewards or anything like that? But but I am excited to play with just a small group of friends and do hard content if we actually all commit to it. But yeah, subscribe to my YouTube channels. The main channel where I don't upload anymore, and the second channel where I consistently upload, and where this video and the Vindictus demo live stream will be soon. All right, guys, I'll catch you later.